Hey guys, happy Friday. But Emily, it's Saturday. It's Friday. Happy Friday. So we are going to do my Friday reading. 2 card draw. You guys know the drill. You ask yourself a question, drop in your heart space, pick card 1 or card 2, and that's going to be the answer to your question. I do want to thank everybody who came out to the class today, to the How To Tarot class. That was a lot of fun. So I was really excited to do that again. And I'm currently in the process of filming an on-demand class for my website. So I'll start posting that when that's available to buy online for anybody who can't make the in-person classes or who just prefer to have like the on-demand classes. It's going to be like a 6-video course. It's going to be much more expansive than the class that I can teach in person because that's only 2 hours and there's, a lot of information to kind of go over with tarot. So it's going to be much more expansive than that. So if you've been to the in-person classes but you want to like dive deeper into tarot and get like a better understanding of it, then the on-demand course is going to be for you. But okay, anyways, let's get the ball rolling on this so I can wrap this video up and it's not 20 minutes like usual. So go ahead and ask yourself a question. I'm going to draw 2 cards and you're going to pick card 1 or card 2, and that is going to be the answer to your question. Okay, so kind of feel this one and this one, and we're going to limit it to 2 cards today, guys. 2 cards. I feel like you're talking shit to me right now because they definitely want me to pull this one. Okay, they always do this to me. I swear to God, I can never just keep it simple. I always tell them, please give me like a small, like even with my clients, I'm like, can you just give me like 6 cards, 7 cards to work with? Like I can do that in 30 minutes. And then it's always like 22 cards and the reading lasts me an hour. So you just can't tell them to not give you stuff. You can't be like, hey, spirit guides, shut up. Like that's not how it works. But okay, so we have 2 cards for reading 1. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. Ooh, both fire cards. That's interesting. So we have 4 of fire reversed. And then we also have a Queen of Fire reversed. Okay, let's take a look-see though. Okay, so pretty straightforward message here. With the 4 of fire, I get this energy of Four of Wands, or in this deck, fire in general, is like a card of like happiness, completion, and success. It's like, congratulations, you're doing it, you did it, like let's celebrate, like good job. But it came up in reverse in this particular reading, and the energy that I get off this card is like things in life are relatively content. Like I don't want to say content necessarily. Like I feel bored, supported, like boredom and supported, like as if what you're doing right now, where you're working, where you're living, how things are going, like it's the energy of like being taken care of, like you're supported, but it feels bored. It feels like you're craving more, like there's a lack of wholeness, a lack of fulfillment, and there's a desire for more, a desire for change, to do something different, to move in a new direction, to bring something else into your life. But then there's this energy of like hesitation or being held back by yourself, by like fear, kind of like fear of the unknown, fear of like what's to come if I do try to like bring something new into my life, if I do try to move forward in this new direction. And it's interesting because the fear kind of feels to me like it came from someplace else. Like it doesn't necessarily feel like it was like organically formed within you. Like I almost feel like it was a fear that came from like a parent or something that you heard growing up, like, oh, you have to live life a certain way, or you have to do things a certain way, or like you can't do this or you can't do that, or maybe even like watching behavioral patterns of people who are around you, of adults who were around you when you were a kid, and like getting this idea internally, like the subconscious belief or idea that life can only be done a certain way or in a certain order. And it's like we need to override that. We need to override that fear. We need to realize that we are the creators. Oh, sorry, wrong card. That we are the creators of our own reality. Like Queen of Fire energy, like she's take charge, man. She's confident. She's smart. Like she's like, let's do the damn thing, you know. And you are the creator of your own reality. Okay. Their fears and insecurities and how they live their life have nothing to do with you, and it's really hard. It's really hard to like recognize that the anxiety and the panic that you're experiencing was taught to you and is not like, I don't want to say your feelings aren't valid, but it's not the reality of what the situation can be. You understand that? Like it's not the reality of the situation. It was a programmed fear. Okay. So we need to actively try to override that, realize that we are the creators, we are the masters of our universe. We can work with the universe to manifest exactly what we want in this lifetime. If you have a desire, if you have a craving to do something, that craving is not just there for no reason. The reason you have the desire in the first place is because what it is that you want is meant for you. It's like two magnets, right? So you're part of the magnet, you're one magnet, but then the other magnet is your desire, and they're calling to each other. Okay, you have that desire because that desire is calling to you, right? So take charge. Let's move forward. Let's get through these fears. Let's overcome what was taught to us, what was spoken to us over and over and over again. Like that is not the reality of the situation. It is safe for you to move forward, and you deserve a life that is whole and fulfilling. So go into the direction that you feel inspired to go in. All right, so that's message 1. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. And let's do message 2. Okay, we've got the Dreamer, aka the Fool in traditional tarot. Daydream, daydream. All right, let me see. All right, so with this card, I do also feel the energy of new beginnings, but in a different way. Kind of similar to the first message. It definitely talks about moving in a new direction, but I feel like it's coming from having to say goodbye to something. I do kind of feel sadness in my chest, and they make me feel this energy of like having had an idea or a hope or a dream for something that was going on in your life, whether this be connection with a particular person or like a job or an art project or an idea, like just having this hope for how this thing was going to turn out, like what this was going to turn into, and the desire or the expectation not being met. Like I feel like sadness, as if you were let down, as if you kind of went into whatever this past thing was with the Fool type energy, which the Fool in traditional tarot is like a leap of faith, new beginnings, adventure, and there's like a youthfulness with the energy. There's kind of like a naivety with the energy, because you're not necessarily like feeling or experiencing like pain in association with this new beginning or fear, but just kind of like going into it wholeheartedly, but then expectations not being met or like disappointment coming from it. And like experiencing that sadness, experiencing that, I don't want to say humbling, it's not the right word, but it's like humbling. Like, you were so excited, and there was like a naivety, oops, messing up my glasses, like a naivety to it, and because you got disappointed, there was like growth that kind of came from that, like realization or an awareness, like a painful growth or understanding that kind of came from that. Like, oh, I guess this is not all I thought it was going to be. And they talk about like maturity kind of coming from that disappointment, but that this new beginning and the ending of that thing was actually in your highest and greatest good, that the person that you are growing into, that you are rising to become, outside of that naivety, outside of that youthful energy, but like into the wise man, into the wise woman, into the person who has had the ups and downs and therefore is like very knowledgeable, but knows themselves, like still knows themselves and has like a grounded confidence within themselves. Like the person you're growing into does not resonate or did not resonate with that past thing. Does that make sense? Like the direction that you're being kind of pushed in, this new beginning that's occurring as a result of the ending, is actually in your highest and greatest good. And that path, even though you can't necessarily see the outcome or what's to come on it, is going to be more in alignment with you than what this previous dream or like fantasy thing was. Does that make sense? So again, I feel pain or disappointment with this, but like, trust that there's a reason you're going through this. Trust that there's a reason that this disappointment occurred, and that where you're going is going to be a better fit for you. And you'll realize that when you get there, it's going to be a much better fit for you. It's going to be much more in alignment with you. This path that you're currently walking, the things that you find on it, the opportunities, the people that you meet on this particular path, like that's going to be your tribe and your vibe. This thing, you were hoping it was, but that's not what was meant for you. And not to say like you didn't deserve like the happiness that you thought was going to come with that. You absolutely do, but the happiness that you thought you were getting out of that situation is not actually what your vibration was. Does that make sense? Like it wasn't you. You may have thought it was going to be you, but it wasn't you. It wasn't going to be you. So just trust that you're on this path for a reason, and like this is the right direction for you. Okay, so that is what I've got for you, and I will be at New Age Avenue tomorrow doing readings from 12 to 5. You can also book on my website, tarotfairy.com. And I haven't promoted it yet because I wanted to do like a little video, but I did set up my Patreon. My Patreon account is up and running, and you can find me on patreon.com/Emily the Tarot Fairy. I think it may be just the Tarot Fairy, but I'm pretty sure it's Emily the Tarot Fairy because that's my name. Yeah, so you guys can subscribe to that if you want to. It's just one tier. Like I didn't want to like do all the complicated, like you pay $1 or $5. Like that just confused me, and it was like overwhelming, and I was not like, I'm not going to do that. So it's just one tier, and my one tier includes a guaranteed 2 live stream group readings. So this is reading for a group. It's not like a group reading and then everybody asks me a question. Like it's me doing like a reading for the group as a whole to get messages for the general group. So it's got guaranteed 2 of those. I'll be posting like snippets and free like a free first video for my tarot course, like just kind of like things that I'm not going to release to the general public. So you guys will get a little bit more readings. Y'all will get more knowledge in regards to how to do readings, kind of my behind the scenes stuff. So it'll be fun. And it's $15 a month, which, you know, is really not that bad. Like I charge $40 a reading on, you know, in person, and those are 30 minutes, and then $60 for an hour. So $15, and you're getting 2 readings as a group. Like it's a pretty good deal. And then plus you get everything else that comes with it. So just keep it in mind. I would love the support. I would love to give back to you guys for everything that you're doing for me. So sign up if you're interested. Otherwise, go to my website. I've got all my stuff on there, my readings, my healings, blah, 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 blah. And you guys can book with me online or just come see me in person at New Age Avenue on the weekends or on Wednesdays. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.